Hello everybody, welcome back to Buzzard-Roost. I am Buzzard. I've done some food storage before where I showed you I use the smaller bottles for my get home bags or bug out bags. I also showed you using 2-liter pop bottles to store food in. Well, today I'm going to show you another way that I store food in. And these are buckets that I get from the bakery. These are about 3 gallon, I'd say about 3 gallon buckets. And then they got some smaller ones that are about 2 gallons. 3 gallon buckets, they sell them for, I got 6 for $4. They come with the lids. I use just a regular kitchen trash bag, unscented. You don't want to scent it or antibacterial or whatever they add to it. You just want plain. And then dry ice. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Now on the dry ice, you want to find a chunk of it, and I just place it on top. When you're using dry ice, you want it to be, I'll probably say this word wrong, but sublimated to about the size of your thumbnail and about the thickness of a nickel. Anyway, what I'll do is put the bag up like this. And I'll set it over to the side until that sublimates. Anyway, I got several buckets. A 50-pound bag of rice is one of my large buckets, and it looks like maybe one of my small buckets. Another small chunk here. Now I know before people get bent out of shape on it, you're not supposed to use trash bags. They're not food grade. They're not a Mylar bag or with the oxygen absorber. Dry ice will take care of the oxygen. And as far as the kitchen bag goes, they work just fine. They are considered food grade, if I remember correct. And then on top of that, if you're hungry, you're not going to worry about what may or may not be in it as far as what little you would get out of this trash bag. Like I said, it's food grade already. I should have got black. They didn't have black at the time, just for the light purposes. Anyway, I'll do that. And I also got a 50-pound bag of beans. which I'll do the same way. And I'll let that sublimate. And it looks like it may take another big bucket for the beans. Now while they're sublimating, kind of give you an idea. Like I said, I got 6 buckets for $4. The rice, if I remember correct, it was about 20 or 15 to 20 bucks at Sam's. The beans were about $25 at Sam's, if I remember correct. I may be wrong on that. Anyway, the reason I use dry ice is because that will displace the oxygen in the buckets when it gets sublimated down. Now, if you don't let it sublimate and you pop the lid on it, you can end up with buckets blowing up on you from dry ice bomb. But anyway, that's my preps for the day. Matter of fact, for the month on beans and rice. Now throughout the week, whenever I go to Walmart or I need to go to the grocery store, I'll pick up little things like spices, just add water mixes, stuff like that. So there ain't no need in keeping the video running while these sublimate. It's pretty simple. Like I said, when it gets down to the size of about your thumbnail, about the thickness of a needle or nickel, that's when you want to close the bag up. I'll tie a knot in the top of the bag, fold it up, put the lid on it, and whenever I get enough of these 3-gallon buckets or whatever size they are, the little bigger buckets that I got, as far as storing them, for example, in the boys' room, they got a bunk bed in there. They want it separated down. Well, the bunk bed, it does not come apart to separate it down. So what I'll do is when I get enough of these buckets filled up, I will go down and buy some plywood, put the buckets down, put plywood over the top of it, set the mattresses on top. I used to do that years ago, but since I got a bigger storage area, I haven't been doing it lately. But that's what I'll do on that. It'll make a good base for the beds. They'll get their beds separated, and it'll give me a lot more storage. Anyway, check with your bakeries. Walmart bakeries, they charge a little more. I think they charge $1 a bucket to get a bucket and lid. And usually it's the smaller buckets. The little 1 gallon, 1.5 gallon buckets. I get these bigger buckets from Reese's. It's a local grocery store, a little ways away from the house, but it's well worth the trip. Like I said, I end up buying a few other things. They also sell the dry ice. I'll put this back in the heavy duty bag that it came in, and I'll put it in the freezer. It should last a lot longer in the freezer. Hopefully I won't have to buy no more. I paid $1.09 a pound for the dry ice. Like I said, $4 for 6 buckets with lids. And then whatever the cost of beans and rice is, I think I paid $4 or less for the trash bags, which they'll be multi-purpose use. But anyway, this is Buzzard. We'll see you.